Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on? NBA, pardon me, NBA Wednesday. Looking forward to this here game right now. For whatever reason, I thought it was 7:30 again. Joint kicked off at 7. I said, oh, Lord. My HBO Max, for whatever reason, ain't working, so I got to watch on TNT. I'm slightly delayed. Karl Towns is making his free throws right now, but the Celtics got a 5-4 lead. I'll tell you right now, I do not envision a circumstance where Boston wins this game and forces 6. I think we see the series end tonight. Furthermore, I think that Golden State goes home tonight as well. Injury to Stephen Curry, there will be no bounce back from 3-1 for either of these teams. First and foremost, despite my hatred of the Boston Celtics, I'd like to send out my well wishes and recovery hopes, thoughts, and prayers to Jason Tatum. Achilles tear, brutal. If I was him, truly, I wouldn't even attempt to rush back next year. Bro, take your damn time. I don't know what it is about athletes nowadays. People be trying to come back from Achilles tears in 6-7 months. Bad decision. Don't do that. Don't do that. So take your time. We shall see. But what's going on with y'all? Hopefully y'all had yourselves a very, very, very good Wednesday. I had a joyous Wednesday. In fact, I thought I was fixing to be out right now, but I was able to get back in time. Mr. No IG graduated from the FDNY, or I should say the probationary. He's now a probationary firefighter, something of that nature. So shout out to him. But nonetheless, we are here gathered for the game. Is Karl-Anthony in attendance? Probably at one point, but I haven't seen anybody because it's in Boston. If it was in New York, I can't even hold you. I might, oh shit, I almost fell. I might consider pulling up. So there is that. Well, it's like because they're probies. So I guess when you first graduate, you go through a small period before I guess I don't want to say official because you kind of operate as if you're official, but it's like post-graduation rather than be considered official firefighters. There's like a small period in between. Am I excited for the NFL schedule? Well, no, because they have already released who your opponents are way back at the top of the year. So everybody knows who they're playing against. It's just a matter of when you're playing against other teams. So I never was one to get excited for the release of the schedule because it's like, all right, well, you play this team here, maybe if you're planning to go and attend the games, but I only pull up to primetime games because that's the most convenient, if you will, on like a Thursday or Monday. Sunday night, haven't done it yet, but I'm not really excited there. Did Rodgers sign yet? I don't see that. I don't see that one happening. Well, maybe it might. So who knows? Yeah, I almost ate some carpet there. I should probably move this up just a bit. Yeah, let me move this up just a bit because that makes it a little easier. Okay. So, all right, but this is interesting. For one, I'll tell you right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers, disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. Losing in 5. Now, for the Pacers, primarily for Tyrese Halliburton, he has reversed all of the criticism that he had been getting. Because if you guys remember, he was rated most overrated star in the NBA, and he's truly been on one thus far in the playoffs because remember, he's performed. It's one thing if Halliburton was simply benefiting from the success of Indiana and was riding the coattails, but he's legitimately been putting on. Granted, Indiana collectively, you've been getting good performances from the bench. You've had consistency from their other starters. Miles Turner's been consistent. Nebhard has been consistent. Neesmith been consistent. But ultimately, Halliburton been willing them boys, bro, and he's been balling. So, and I was on the record saying I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. To a degree, I still don't, but I can give credit where credit needs to be given. That brother balling, bro. That brother balling. But I will say this much. Knicks, Pacers, conference finals, as long as the Knicks don't blow a 3-1 lead, I'm all in on New York. Still a Miami Heat fan to my core. That is never going to change. But if I got to say between the Knicks and the Pacers, I would lean towards the Pacers. I said lean towards the Pacers. I'd lean towards the Knicks, not lean towards the Pacers. Indiana wins if Miles Turner plays good. Fight me. Well, Miles Turner. Now, here's the thing. They see the Knicks in the conference finals. I think Miles Turner obviously would have to be the X factor there. David for 5-1 said the countdown is on till Stephen A. Smith goes, in celebration of the Knicks going to the conference final. Yeah, you know that man be screaming into his phone every opportunity he gets when the Knicks get a W. You see a New York Knick W, this motherfucker screaming at the top of his lungs, hairline all the way back here, but he don't give a damn because he just watched his team win. Frederick for 5-1 said, what's going on? Question. When I'm on the walking pad, do I have on shoes or socks? Interested in getting one? Well, I have shoes on at the moment. Well, these sneakers, if you will. No socks, ironically. But I have walked in slippers, but I would prefer you walk in sneakers. Shoes, if you will. So, yeah, I keep shoes. Bare feet? No. Believe it or not, I don't like bare feet on the treadmill. If you walk bare feet around the house, although it's somewhat weird, I think that's all right. The treadmill, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, Knicks regained the lead. Okay. Also, Karl Towns this postseason has performed much better than he has in the past. Oh, I got a question for the chat room, by the way, because I was discussing this with neighbor Adonis a couple of nights ago. If Anthony Edwards leads the Minnesota Timberwolves to an NBA championship, would y'all rank him the greatest Timberwolf of all time right now? Because I kid you not, it seems a bit premature, but for all intents and purposes, I think that would cement him above K. Because think about it. KG had that season of God's performance in 2004, but they didn't get out that conference finals, right? Edwards would essentially had led them to back-to-back conference finals and then ultimately got over the hump. Kevin Love and Karl Towns didn't even get them a playoff series win. You got a couple of shooters here and there throughout history or whatever, but bro, if Ant Edwards were to lead the Timberwolves to a championship, now granted, he's 24, so it's incredibly premature, but would he not? Does that supplant him to number one already? Like, because I hate having the conversation so early, but sometimes when you take a look at like a franchise that's that young for all intents and purposes, when you think about the great players and the lineage that's there, sometimes the conversation can be had per se. You know, like what else would he have to do? Is it just a matter of like longevity over time? Because I hate having to, like, within 10 years, I think it's criminal to do so. But when you're in a situation where you have a team that had never won, let alone sniffed an opportunity for a title, and then comes along a player who's leading them to prosperity for all intents and purposes, now it makes you kind of wonder. But it's because it's only KG. I think he leaps everybody, and then he's only behind KG. Because KG's legacy in Minnesota is spectacular. What kind of sucks is, and I mentioned this prior, there's a percentage of NBA fans who don't remember KG before Boston, and that's bothersome for me. But golly, it's a tough one, bro. Because I think, of course, over time, he would end up usurping KG, because once they equal the same amount of seasons, whether Ant-Man gets an MVP or not, right? Had he led them to a championship and continues to perform the way he's been performing the past few years, he'll end up usurping KG. But just at this point, if he were to go and get a title, I think a conversation can be had. It's not a consensus across the board. Not a consensus across the board. But you know, it'd be interesting. Oh, I'm watching on TNT, their website. So I'm slightly behind right now. Like, Derek White just scored the 15th point for the Celtics. Meanwhile, it's actually 18-13. So I'm slightly behind. Rudy Gobert with a ring is going to piss people off. I'm not even going to hold you. If I was Charles Barkley, I might consider starting a riot, bro. Like, there's some people who be having a, damn, Derek White just put in another three. Hold on. Derek White balling right now, you bold son of a bitch. He's bald, Jerry. Good Lord. Derek White with 14 points. He outscoring the Knicks by himself. Hold on. Who is this man? Derek White balling right now. Yeah, Derek White with hair looked like he was a victim of electrocution, bro. He looked like he liked to bring toasters inside of the tub when he's supposed to be taking a bath. Derek White used to look crazy. Like, you haven't seen that that dude who was doing the equations? I don't know where it's from, but everybody uses the meme where he looks insane and his eyes are open. That's what Derek White looked like. Not only that, but taking out Luka and Bron, Steph and Butler, SGA or Joker, and then beat the Knicks or Pacers to win it all, you say yes? It's going to be a hell of a path, but then, of course, you have a bit of people will throw up the asterisks due to injury with Steph, but then, ironically enough, you take a look at Steph's rings, there's a number of different injuries that happen on the road there as well. Like, there's nobody to a degree. There's some teams that, of course, you know, nothing's ever going to fully work out in your favor. I think ultimately it's not necessarily a guarantee. Whoever becomes the champion just happened to beat all of the healthiest teams to do so. Everybody endures adversity. But over time, you can't take anything away from those players. Yeah, Dirk got like one of the, you legitimately went through those teams. Ain't no injuries or nothing of that nature that came back to haunt them boys. So, TM giving out gifts. I appreciate. What the fuck happened up the court over there? How'd that man fall? Somebody tripped him? Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, Josh Hart leaking. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Oh, we got blood. Hold on. Wait a minute. Josh Hart leaking. Oh, shit. Hold on. Good God. Brother gonna need to get a whole new goddamn outfit. What happened? Oh, yeah, Jaylen Brown went down at the top of the key. I saw somebody go down. Jaylen Brown went down, but what the hell happened to Josh Hart? Hold on, what did he hit? Oh, it's an elbow. Elbow! God damn. Bro, what? Son is leaking heavy. Is it his eye, his nose? Good God. Look how much blood came out of his face immediately. Jesus. Oh my Lord. He gonna need a whole outfit change. Bro. Yeah, that's getting upgraded, bro. That's getting upgraded, bro. That's insane. It's not even slowing down, bro. Boy. Damn. Maybe it's like a split eyelid. If they could zoom in so we could see what happened, bro. Yeah, that's brutal. Tampon wouldn't even work. Yo, homie got laced, bro. Hey, he lucky Magic Johnson ain't out there. If that was Magic right now, oh shit, you'd have a bad time. He'd have had a bad time because the ref would have had to say,
"Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!"
Yo, what a elbow. Almost took that man's face off. I know Josh Hart on the bench like, he got hit with a, I said he got hit with a, they brought him a new jersey and new shorts because Josh Hart got hit with a, all that blood on his shorts, he had to change it because he got hit with a, he had to change up his jersey because he got hit with a, they put a Band-Aid on his eye because he got hit with a, Cornette hit that man with a what? Look at the replay. You had Jaylen Brown who complained that Brunson hit him with a, and then on the bottom of the key, you had Josh Hart start to bleed because he got hit with a, everybody getting hit with, Randy Savage used to drop, Shawn Michaels used to drop, good God, Bailey likes to drop, everybody getting hit with, oh Lord, this is insanity, bro. Regular basketball play, accidental what? There will be no flagrant foul for the, there will be no ejections for the, it's a regular foul despite it was a, and it's gonna be a, that sends Josh Hart to the free throw line. Damn. Bro, facts, Justin, everybody getting hit with finishing moves. I'm surprised nobody did the taunt. Jalen Brunson coming down the door said, "Oh, fuck out of here." Elbow right across your damn stomach. Josh Hart tried to get to the basket. Cornette said, "Oh, fuck out of here. I'm going to hit you with a..." Everybody getting caught with elbows. Everybody getting caught with elbows. Golly. This man face leaking, bro. That's insane. That's insane. So it must have been off the eyebrow. But the way he got hit was like the inside area. So how is he? Man, I hope they post-game, because of course they're going to probably, well, not even post-game, they might stitch it up at halftime. They might stitch it up at halftime. Yeah, you can see some of the blood is still... like, because they would have to put like Vaseline or alcohol and things like that to close the wound. But he got hit on what looked like the inside of the eyebrow. But it's on the outside, so I don't know. Hopefully we can get like a closer look. Yeah, he's definitely getting stitched up at halftime. Anybody ever got stitches? I've never got stitches in my life. I've never had an operation. I've never got stitches. In fact, I don't think I've ever even received amnesia at any point. Like, anytime I've been, like, that, one of my biggest wounds, was it here or was it here? I think over here I had, like, this was scraped to, like, the white meat, but then I never went to the actual doctor for it. I kind of just cared for it at home. Shifted my collarbone, but there was no sort of operation for that. So, I don't know. I wonder if that's incredibly, like, uncomfortable, if you will. You get stitches and shit. David for 5 said, let me get this straight. Jaylen Brown gets hit with an elbow. Josh Hart gets hit with an elbow. No flagrant. Are you in a genjutsu? Apparently. What's the elbow meme from? Oh, you mean this elbow meme? You mean this elbow meme? This elbow? Yeah, that's from One Piece. That's from One Piece. Oh, okay. Hold on. Bridges with the clamps. Bridges with the clamps on Pritchard. Did not matter. He got his own rebound, but Mitchell Robinson had to go and grab it. Still a 3-point lead right now. Sunset Naruto. Come on now. What we doing? You had staples in your broken leg? Staples always sounded so uncomfortable. What do you mean you're stapling me? I'm a human being. And it always reminds me of that episode of The Sopranos when Tony Soprano grabbed the damn staple gun and he went to go attack Maki Palmes and he stapled his chest. Oh, that shit was hilarious. You had to get wisdom teeth removed. I still haven't gotten mine removed. Then again, they haven't told me I had to yet, but I know that time is coming. Justin said, this is personal. You had brain surgery and had stitches, but they were invisible stitches. Oh my. Shit, man. That is an experience. Bro, brain surgery? Good God. I hope you're all right. And everything went successful at that. Good Lord. That reminds me of, well, it's not brain surgery, but he had to get the operation on the back of the, Adrian, who was in the chat, who had the 5-pound keloid at the back of his head, and they had to pretty much like cut it off. Bro, that's tough, man. Damn. Jeez. Yeah, we got some folks in the chat who've been through some shit, man. Damn. I'm glad you're here, man, and you're consistently over here in the chat room too, fam. I'm glad you had yourself a successful recovery. Sopranos not better than The Wire. You know, they're both worthy of the title of greatest show of all time and being in the discussion. Me personally, I like The Sopranos a little bit better than The Wire, but that doesn't mean I dislike The Wire. Thoroughly enjoyed The Wire. Did you make it in time for the great New York purge? Well, we're going to have to see. Dwayne Patuan said, where does the Justice Hill soundbite come from? Justice Hill. You mean... Justice! You mean... Justice! Who? Justice! Where does that come from? That's Dragon Ball Super right there. That's Dragon Ball Super right there. Justice! That's Dragon Ball Super right there. Tony said, you had an eye transplant? Jeez, Louis, an eye transplant? Wait a minute, but how does that, good Lord, is that like the Uchiha? Somebody just took out their eyeball and play, obviously it wouldn't be like that, but I'm sure some folks have like LASIK and I'm sure that's on different sort of levels and things. Eye transplant, oh my. Damn. Oh, that reminds me. There was a friend of mine, his father had open heart surgery yesterday. He called him this morning, sounded like he was in good spirits. Some wild, tough, operations, man. Thank God for modern, science and the advance in medicine to even be able to treat different sort of ailments from within the body. Because you think 100-some years ago, you either would have had to have an excess of funds or you were just asked out when it came to trying to get these sort of operations. So, hey, man, I'm glad y'all were able to go through it. You have somebody else's eye? Good Lord. Now, that is a conversation starter. That is a conversation starter. There's a woman who I constantly see on TikTok. In fact, I believe she's I say TikTok, on Instagram. She's a teacher. She has a glass eye, and she's always doing like her outfit of the day thing, but she has a different design. Like she actually has a Sharingan glass eye, like a flower kind of glass eye, all this other stuff. I'm like, man, that's interesting. There's like a society of well, maybe not so much a society, but I guess a group of people who have glass eyes who gather together. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. You can actually go and commune amongst people who have the same ailment and build community. That's kind of cool. Avatar said, you got stabbed in your left thigh as a teenager. You got 5 stitches for that. Stabbed in your left thigh? Good God, Tory Lanez, they stabbed you? Well, I'm glad you're all right. 5 stitches? Oh, stabbed in the thigh. As a teenager. Oh, that is brutal. That's traumatic. Sorry you went through that, fam. Damn. Poor Truth said that your stepdad had a glass eye from getting shot. Would have to take it out with the little kids in the neighborhood. Oh, no. Oh, no. Damn, that's some trauma. Good Lord. Ooh, shot, stabbed, and shit. Damn. Terry said you have an active tumor in your brain, but it was benign. Wait, there was active tumor. Oh, are you all right, Terry? Damn. LJ said you had your gallbladder removed. Dwayne Patua said new heart person here. Oh, really? Wow. Oh, yeah, y'all been through some stuff. Hey, man, hey, W's in the chat for everybody who overcame, trauma, trial, and tribulation, and y'all still here and kicking. That's a big W for all of y'all, man. Y'all been through some shit. Y'all been through some shit, man, and y'all still standing. Every single one of y'all still standing. Some sitting, but you're still kicking. W for y'all, man. Golly. You talk about adversity. Good God. You think you had a bad day and you've been through some shit. There's always somebody who's been through some worse. And they still making it happen. W for you guys. No W for me. Hey, no W for me. You got victims of blade attacks and bullets and surgeries and things of that nature. Forget me for a second. This is a W for y'all in the chat. Golly. I've been through some stuff, man. Well, what the hell? The Knicks over here making a quick rally. Boston had what was a 5-point lead. Not anymore. Not anymore. Shadow said, you have sickle cell. You doing well? Haven't been to the hospital in a while. Hey, that's W Shadow right there. That's great to hear. Hey, sickle cell is a motherfucker, bro. I know a few people who have sickle cell. I couldn't fathom that kind of pain. And it's one of those things that you do. Like, obviously, you can show it on your face and even through your words. But for the most part, it's a silent battle that people don't see. Like, it's not one of those things you can wear. Like, if you had a handicap or something of that nature, somebody could just look and immediately identify that. When you got stuff that's going on internally, oh, it's a fucking battle, bro. Because most people have no clue until you tell them. It's tough. Pro Truth said we got some Hold My Nugget studio hoodie apparel. Well, I would have to go and restock, but I don't see that one happening for a little bit. You know, one who lived, he's got his, he's married and about to get his PhD soon. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. First quarter coming to an end, 30-29. The highlight of the first quarter thus far was, unfortunately, Josh Hart getting hit with a by Cornette and immediately left that man leaking. We gonna most likely have to go and get the clip, maybe by halftime, because you want to wait until it's cut up. And I'm walking right now. So there is that. We got lots of color in this basketball game, indeed. Indeed. I think Mitchell Robinson was just leaking a little bit. Couple of free throws connect. Knicks with a 2-point lead to close out this quarter. Halliburton was kicking ass and taking names indeed, and he should feel very good about his performance. He should feel very good about his performance. We got both games tonight. Not too sure. NG said, "Why am I walking to nowhere fast?" Hey, I just finished having my dinner, some salmon and sweet potatoes, before I went live. And y'all know I'm doing my 10,000 steps per day. Got to keep that streak going since November. So I hadn't had the opportunity because I had been out all day for the FDNY graduation. So since I didn't have a chance to get all of my steps in, better to do it now than to try to run the risk to do it later. First off, that was a travel ref. They didn't even call it. You doing a 36-hour fast this weekend? Oh, good luck, Pro Truth. Stay strong. At least since you know it's going to be the weekend psychologically, you can prepare over the course of the next day. Because I would assume you're probably starting Friday, unless you're carrying it through from Saturday, Sunday, Monday. G said, what kind of treadmill is this? Well, there's more of a walking pad, but nonetheless, I guess the style of treadmill is walking pad. Like $139. It was $123, but I guess that was because it was on sale. But they have one for like $110. Go to Amazon, type in walking pad. They got a ton. Prayers for Tatum and Lillard, yeah. And as I stated at the top of the stream for Tatum, I'm going to echo the same thing for Lillard as well. Bro, do not try to be some superhero and come back during the fucking season. Oh, I'm going to try to make it by Christmas, or maybe I'm going to show up after the All-Star break. Take the year off, bruh. Stop rushing back. Do not rush back. Take the time off. Especially in the case of Lillard. Tatum, you're a little bit younger, so I can understand if you feel as if you could be back by March of next year, but for all intents and purposes, do not rush back. Take your fucking time. It bothers me when I see athletes start to rush back from these injuries now, because you can see the effect it has on them later down the line. Because naturally you want to be back ASAP as soon as you can get cleared. But sometimes you ain't got that fucking spring in the legs. Sometimes you ain't got that lateral movement that's there. Take your time and recover. Especially if you've already got like guaranteed money and things of that nature. I'm not telling you to be lazy, but don't rush the process. Don't rush the process. What's worse, a tear or a rupture? I would say a tear.
14 grams.
Mad Gripper, formerly known as Damn Rudy. Mad Gripper is crazy. Said, what's going on? Can you get 1 more gram? 1 more gram? You must be trying to purchase 14 grams of what?
You buy 14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
Oh, nigga, give me 1 more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me 1 more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me 1 more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me 1 more gram. Tell me that no.
Oh, man. You heard Dame removed Bucks logo and info off of his socials. I saw a photo where they had, like, the Bucks thing was gone. It was just his number. So I said, oh, that's interesting. I gotta put my suit away. Green, put 5 on and say, hey, can we get a... Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? Actually, do I still have the clip? I think I do. Nope, no I don't. Damn. I ain't got it. So unfortunately, no, Green Draco, I can't give you who the fuck is Tingus Pingus. I mean, I'd have to download it, but most likely second half, or maybe when I stop walking. You think Stephen A got some words for me? He just might. He just might. Because anytime you come across Stephen A, you know what he's saying. What devil fruit would I want? Trafalgar Laws raw fruit definitely comes to mind. I would love that. Blackbeards is cool as well. Was it Halliburton? No, I can't even use a Halliburton joint because that boy sus, that shit got copyrighted so fast. Like during the stream, we were cool. Afterwards, they tried to give me a damn strike for that shit. I said, oh no. Whoa. Oh, I thought Chris Porzingis was about to start limping. He get hurt. That's it. Sun God, Nika. Well, yeah. Cool fruit. Oh, Pritchard with a deep three brick. That's a brick. Second quarter underway, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. New York Knicks lead the series 3-1. Give me that long, that Luffy Kong dick ability is crazy. I've never heard of that. I don't know which One Piece you watching, fam. I don't know which One Piece you watching, fam. Okay, old man Horford making play. By the way, this got to be Al Horford's last season. Homie thought he could come back and run it back to go get another championship. You should have hung up the damn sneaks. Oh, Derek White, first foul on Derek White here. Sending the Knicks to the line. McBride about to shoot some free throws. Am I going to go live for the Warriors game as well? Nah, only the next one. Is Al Horford a Hall of Famer, in my opinion? It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So for all intents and purposes, he might just mess around and get in. But off the top of my head, no. But he probably will be. But if you was to really ask, yo, is Al Horford a Hall of Famer? I'd tell you no. But it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So if I looked at, let me see here. Al Horford don't got the resume, bro. Like he had his time in Atlanta and then came to Boston, and for the most part, he's just kind of just, no. Al Horford shouldn't be in. Mainly because of the college career. Well, yeah, I mean, the college plays a role because it's all collectively together. But, you know, Kyle Pafavon said, you're down from 180 to 170 pounds. Keep motivating people, brother. Much love. Duval. Well, for one, congratulations, fam. Always been consistent, bro. Proud of you. Oh, wow. Carl Towns just got his third foul. Oh, my, after all that, what's wrong with him? Carl Towns just got his third foul. Oh, it's clipped, bro. This dumbass keep getting himself in foul trouble. And now he's off. Look at his sweet. Looking at the ref like you trying to motherfucking dance. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Oh, my God. He called the foul on me. I didn't mean to grab him. Not you calling the foul on me, ref. What's wrong with him? Zesty ass. Honcho put 2 on said, can you get a zesty for Cat? Where's the zesty meat? Oh, there it is.
Zesty.
Yeah, funny enough for Cat, it just happened. Like, he talked like a Valley girl. Bro, he has two different voices. That's why I feel as if it's forced from time to time. It'd be forced for no reason. Like, if it was his just straight-on voice, it's just, okay, you got a high-pitched voice. But there'll be times in which he'll be talking, whoa, what a three. He'll just be talking regular, and then out of nowhere, here comes the inflection and the pitch in the voice. Where did this come from? Hold on. Where did that come from? So now it makes you wonder, is this deep voice that you usually hear on the regular embellishment? What's the real voice? That's where you kind of sit there and say, hold on. I think that's ultimately what drives people to make fun of him for it. Because he's forcing one or the other. If it was just, this is his voice, it's high-pitched, there's nothing you can do about it. People may make some jokes here and there, but for the most part, you let it ride. But when you talking regular and then out of nowhere, and then I was like, hold on. Where'd this come from? Like, you gotta do it, you gotta take a double take. Like, what? Did anybody else just hear that? Oh, man. Cat never beat the allegations. And the thing is, like, people just make jokes like, man, he's zesty, all this other stuff. He's with Jordan Woods. Very public relationship. Nobody, if you legitimately think that homie is, he doing the bending because he talking a certain way, I think you've gone off the deep end. It's like people make their jokes, it's a bit zesty, and you move forward. But if somebody really taking it to heart, doing the most, like, come on now, let's pump the brakes. But what about the people who do the stuff behind the scenes that I don't give a damn about that. Shit, we had our jokes about Dwight Howard. You think you still see people still talking about this joke? Remember what I said in the video back then, 2 years ago? We'll joke about it now. In a couple of months, we gonna move forward, and ain't nobody gonna care no more. You make your jokes, you move on. But there is a percentage of people who legitimately make it their life mission to either continually remind the populace or keep it as a fresh rotation in their head. You just make your jokes and you move forward, bro. Some folks be doing too much. That's where it's like, all right, you've gone off the deep end. Howard be getting caught too many times now. Well, yes, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that he has a wife or a long-term partner that he's been with that they constantly like posting together, whatever the case is. I'm not dispelling the things that he may do in his, that's his business. That's his business. But once it comes to the internet, come across my table, then of course it's my business. But I'm not gonna do no super investigating left and right. Yo, I gotta analyze the photos, see if somebody else posted a story and be here. I don't care that much. I make my jokes, I move forward. I make my jokes, I move forward. But it is very sus. I'm not gonna hold you. It is very sus. People be like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a minute. What you got going on over here? Make your jokes and then you move forward. You just got to remember that move forward part. Some people just stay there the whole time. At that point, now it's like, okay, I'm not going to put this much energy towards this shit. Bruce Jenner did too. Well, that's a little bit different. Took it a little bit too far, you know what I'm saying? All right. How Dwight Howard considered to be one of the greatest rim protectors in NBA history, but can't protect his own rim. You know what's hilarious about it is I think I don't think he wanted to. But I don't know if that's a conversation that I'm interested in having. Distraught, put two on, said, what's my take on the Tory Lane situation? I've always been Team Tory. So that's as much as I'm going to say. I'm just going to wait until after this new information goes and clears. I have my video then. But dating back to 2020, I kind of said my thoughts. I think it's. I don't know if it's still on Twitter. I'm not sure if I had posted on Twitter, but I've always been Team Tord. Top 3 Celtics: Russell, Bird, Pierce. Okay, Josh Hart. All right, get the floater to go. Uh-oh, hold on, wait a minute. 10-3 run, last 3 minutes. Oh, damn, well, Boston just got a bucket. Derek White making some free throws here. Do I think the Warriors can mess around and win tonight? No.
14 grams.
Is Dwight Howard one of the greatest centers of all time? Yes. Josh Jones, 2 on it. Much love, family. Said, what's good, bro? Yeah, you owe me a bracelet. Come through. Bro, I can't say you owe me a bracelet because it broke on my watch. Like, you did give me the bracelet. It did break on my watch, though. If anything, I owe you a bracelet, brother. Let me know next time or next location you playing at. If I have, well, these next couple of months is going to be a bit tight. So it'll be a little bit different, unless it's like something that's during the week. So if you happen to find yourself back out in New York City, maybe I'll be able to pop out. Seven-point lead for the Knicks. 7-point lead for the Knicks. Does Derek White's head look like a soft-boiled egg? Does Derek White's head look like a soft-boiled egg? Huh. Now I'm staring at the top of this man's head. They would have to zoom in on it. A soft-boiled egg. That's something to think about. You know, the more I look at his head, it kind of does look egg-like. It does look egg-like. Tatum is out indefinitely. Yeah, he's not coming back until 2027. Well, 2026. Most likely the fall of 2026. Like Dr. Robotnik back in the day. Thoughts on Antoine Walker when he was on the Celtics? Antoine Walker was a fucking beast, bro. He was an absolute beast. But you know what sucks? And he won a championship with my Miami Heat. What sucks regarding Antoine Walker? I can't get out my mind how he ended up losing all of his money. Just dumb decisions, bro. You made way too much bread to be broke mid-2010s. That's insanity. Antoine Walker's final season was what? Maybe 2012 or something? When was the last time? Antoine Walker's last season in the NBA, 2008. His last season was 2008. When did he say that he filed for bankruptcy in 2010? Think about that. You played for 13 years. 13 years. 2 years after you retire, you bankrupt? How? How? What are you doing, bro? Like that. Did he have to sell his championship ring? Hold on, wait, let me see. Did he pawn his championship ring? Yeah, he sold it as part of his bankruptcy proceedings. Yeah, he lost everything. He is forced to sell it to pay off his $12.7 million debts. Oh my God, bro. He earned $108 million, but struggled with financial management. Oh my Lord. I don't know if y'all ever saw ESPN's 30 for 30 broke, but I definitely implore y'all to go and watch that. Just people terrible with their money. Terrible with their money. Spend the money on jewelry, cars, and women. That'll happen to you. No, the crash of 2008 was big in a lot of people losing a shit ton of bread. But the way a lot of these athletes were spending, like, if you taking a look at your check coming in, your game check is tens of thousands, for some, hundreds of thousands. Like, all right, I play another game. It's getting replenished anyway. So if I spend this bread, who gives a fuck, you know? It's the wrong mentality to have. Oh, the Celtics back in front. Celtics back in front. 30 for 30 on broke people as well. No, 30 for 30 is on the broke athletes. But yeah, it's essentially broke people for all intents and purposes. But people just losing their bread, doing dumbass shit. Because think about it. Even if you had bad investments or whatever the case may be, to be so bad to where you're so in the red, to where no matter the bread coming in, you're not making a profit. How bad of investments were you doing? You got a fucking hotel in Dubai that ended up getting washed up with no fucking insurance or some shit? Like, how bad of the investments were there? Like, it's insane to me. They think they'll never run out of money until they retire. Yeah, that's the problem. Because I get it. Like, I completely understand when you start to see some bread coming in that you never experienced. Like, if you grew up without and then you start to gain money, like anybody who's ever had their first job, right? Your first job comes in, you went from not having any money to now having money. Okay, maybe you want to go to the movies. Maybe you want to buy those pair of sneakers. Maybe you want to go and get those clothes or whatever. After a period of time, you should grow out of that. Some folks never do. Some folks never do. You have the high of being able to go and spend money. I know some people who legit refuse to buy clothes. You can find the same shirt for $16 on the clearance rack somewhere. You want to go to the luxury store because of what's associated with that store. You'd rather pay incredibly more for it because you want to be able to say, yo, I spent this much. There's people who legitimately will flex how much money they spent. Not even how much money they save. They'll flex how much money they spent. Oh, I blew $1 million this month. You can't tell me shit. You blew $1 million. You only made 1.5. So you really only made about 100 grand. You could have somebody who made $1 million, only spent 50 grand. Well, they keeping 950. Like, there's folks who live in paycheck to paycheck, making over 6 figures. Because you increase lifestyle that you believe you can go and maintain, but you're pretty much doing a lateral move. It's not very smart. Nathan for 500 said, you have a feeling that the Knicks are going to win this series. Yes, you understand the Celtics have talent, but it's not the same without Tatum. Well, I mean, they're up 3-1. Oh, Shoko for 500 said, if the Knicks win it all, how fast do I anticipate Manhattan would go up in flames? The same night. Literally the same night. It'd be absolutely insane out here. Am I watching the NFL release schedule today? I think it's probably going on right now. It's 8 o'clock. Can we sacrifice the Bronx for a Knicks chip? Hey, listen, I'll sacrifice the Bronx for Dorito chips. Do I think Giannis will request a trade? And if he does, where would I want him to go? Best trade package. Now, best trade package. Oh, wow, what a 3 right there. But it's a 1-point game. I would love if he came to Miami, but I've lost faith in Pat Riley. Giannis would most likely have to go to a big market team because I'm sure if he were to go and request a trade, he would ultimately have to approve because sometimes they have a clause to where, Derek White is playing out of his mind, bro. But he would ultimately have to approve of where it is that they essentially want to go and send him. Maybe Dallas can package some stuff together and then ultimately make a trade with Milwaukee, giving Milwaukee, the number 1 pick or whatever the case may be. But if I was Giannis, I would ultimately say, hey, I ran my course. But you've heard Giannis constantly talk about how important loyalty is. So maybe he doesn't make a move. Cleveland, I don't know. Did Holiday get the feet set? Oh, no, he didn't. Are the Knicks the most valuable team to New Yorkers? The Yankees by far. Evan said just turned on the stream and it's wild because you're on a treadmill as well. Hey, I appreciate that. We're walking. How well do I think Jason Williams would have been if he had gotten into that motorcycle accident with the Bulls? Well, for one, Williams was an absolute monster at Duke. So, coming into the league, there was high expectations. If that injury never happened, I think he would have been an all-star. Now, do I think that he would have been so great to lift Chicago out of the, dumps that they were in for the bulk share of the 2000s? No. Or I shouldn't say that. I think they would have been a playoff team, but they're not, being in the same conversation as the Pistons of that era. That's not happening. So he would have definitely played much longer in the league and most likely became an all-star. He would have been a very solid basketball player if he never got hurt due to the accident. Eagles versus Dallas to start the season. Yep. Same thing with Bobby Hurley. Personally, you don't think he'll go on to either, but if he does, you think the Spurs, because of Wemby and company, and they already have 2 lottery picks. Well, yeah, that's also a location too. That's also a location too. Would that mean things would have turned out differently for Derrick Rose? Well, it's all about if they Chicago gets that pick to go and get Derrick Rose. Because I think if Rose were to still end up in Chicago 9 years later after the 7 years later, because the the motorcycle accident was what, 2002? So what's that? Derrick Rose got picked 2009. So 7 years later, I think Rose would have been the same no matter what team he goes to. NFL Live on Netflix. December 25th, Cowboys Commanders. Lions Vikings, 2 games on Christmas? Good God. All right. We got a tie game. 57-all between the Knicks and the Celtics. Celtics, who are the reigning defending undisputed NBA champions, trying their best to pull off an upset and come back from a 3-1 deficit against this fiery New York Knicks basketball team. Wait, the Spurs have 37 picks for the next 7 years? Good God. Final couple minutes of the half. It's like Ewing to the Knicks. If he never missed that damn layup, what could have been in the mid-90s? Derek White having a game of his life right now, but they need every single bucket from him. Because they need both of them to come through. Because with no Tatum, that's what you need. Right now, leading the way for Boston, Derek White got 19. Jaylen Brown's got 15. Then for the Knicks, Josh Hart with 12. Brunson with 11. Ooh, tie game again. You wouldn't mind the Knicks winning a championship? It's only been 52 years. You're still pissed at John Starks for chucking up all them threes in Game 7 of the 94 finals? He just kept shooting like a jabroni. Yeah, and bricking at that. Thoughts on the Diddy trial thus far? A whole, like a blow-up tub of baby oil is absolutely insane. Final start June 4th. Yes, indeed. The last time the Knicks won a championship, Phil Jackson was a player. All right, last minute of this game. Well, last minute of the half, I should say. Both teams knotted at 59 apiece. Nathan Pofava says, did anybody hear the news that yesterday Lyle and Eric Menendez had been resentenced to 50 years to life, eligible for parole, in jail for 35 years? I didn't hear anything about that. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Diddy's definitely a sexual deviant, but I think the thing is the trafficking portion of the case is where I raise a bit of an eyebrow. I'd have to go and look over everything that's there. There's no question that he's a deviant for sure and abused Cassie without question. But I'd probably have to look over said case furthermore. Oh, and that's a half. Yeah, rubbing some sauce on himself is wild, bro. 100% sexual deviant. Homies are wildin'. 17-time John Cena merch finally dropped. Okay. Oh, Jalen Brunson trying to make something happen. Can't score. And that's the half. 59 all. Diddy a freaky dinosaur? Indeed. Transport for sexual reasons is trafficking. Well, yes. Yes. Now you kind of know where the gray area is, but yes. Darnell said the NBA for you got to revert back to the old school mentality since their ratings have been down by a significant percentage. Got to have big men in the post and getting rebounds, have people shoot more mid-range shots than threes, more variety and creativity in play styles, more pass-first guards, competitive spirit got to come back, rivalries come back as well. Yes. Agree. I dislike the lack of fundamental big men that are out there now. Pro Truth said what got you was the male escort testimony. How Diddy told him to pee on Cassie, but when he did, they both got mad and said, sprinkle, don't go full blast. Can't make this shit up. Hey, listen. Some wild shit, fam. Some wild shit. But it's at the half now. 59 all between both teams here in what is potentially an elimination game for the Boston Celtics. Because it's going to take a lot to put themselves in a position to be able to endure this second half. Dwayne for 5 1 said, can I imagine R. Kelly roommate with P. Diddy? Stop playing. Oh, that's going to be a weird smelling cell, to tell you the truth. Imagine if they started putting 3 people in a cell and you cell with Diddy and motherfucking R. Kelly. I'd have been screaming for the guard like,
Mike! 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 Mike!
guard name don't even got to be Mike. I'm going to be calling for it. Help me. Help me. I'm in a bad situation. Matter of fact, let the guard come inside, take myself out of my misery. Ain't no way. Those two got to be happy the booty warrior ain't around no more. He free right now doing 20 versus 1s. Shit's getting out of hand. 4 primetime games this year. Monday Night Football. Thursday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Okay. I might do a quick turnaround. Pull up to Pittsburgh for the game. Actually, no, there's no reason for me to go this year. Yep. 59-59, ball, Derek. Yeah, you know what? Now that they zoom in on his head, I see the soft-boiled egg resemblance. I see it. Certainly does look like a soft-boiled egg. I see the resemblance. They trying to get Smokey Robinson caught up too. He's 85. Really? Shit. What do you know? Do I think Jokic has a few more years left in him with the Nuggets at the rate things are going for them now, or will he contemplate retirement now? I don't see Jokic playing maybe into his late 30s, but I don't think there would be a situation where he feels the need to want to get forced out, because the core of the squad is still there together, so he can compete. I 100% believe he has a few more years. Is usually what, an average of 3 to 4. I think he 100% has 3 to 4 left. He 100% has 3 to 4 left. But 5 to 6 is a stretch. 5 to 6 is a stretch because it's not his passion like that to just want to keep playing. Dwayne for 5 can I imagine 4 people staying inside the same room? The person plus the booty warrior plus R. Kelly plus P. Diddy. Oh, Lord. You find yourself in a situation like that, you might have to pray every single morning like.
So, listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house, take your meal, do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
Because it's going to be a tragic scene. Corey in the building. Became a member. I appreciate 31 months. Much love, family. Kenny Smith with the worst knees on the planet. Fun fact, I actually saw somebody while I was doing the city challenge. They had the knock knees. And I said, oh, you are a warrior. You are a warrior. She ain't know why I was calling her a warrior. But I said, you are a warrior. To even go forth with this fitness challenge with these knock knees, you better than me. You a warrior. Shorty was walking and her legs were just rubbing, like the knees were poking towards each other. I said, oh no, you are a warrior. Matt put 2 on it, said, would I do a video of the booty warrior being on the 20 versus 1? No. I don't even want to give that man no press, to be quite honest with you. Like, I can't, although it's like he got funny sound bites, he was the reason for, the Boondocks episode and everything of that nature, but his whole claim to fame is taking people's asses. Like, in theory, think about that. His claim to fame is taking people's asses. I think he said he only had done it once or some shit like that's crazy to me. Thoughts on the Seahawks and them getting Jalen Milroe? No real opinion. They moved on from Geno. They ended up getting another QB there, I think. Beside Milrow, it escapes me, but all power to him. 100 Gorillas versus one Booty Warrior. I think Mans would enjoy that. Darnold, that's who it was. Darnold. That's who it was. Darnold. They gave Son his bread. Not too much on Derek White. Yeah, that's what the barber says. Not too much because there ain't too much that's up there. What do I think? Giannis to the Heat. Pat said that he's rebuilding and has the pieces to trade for him. Well, should have tried to make the move to get a star a couple years ago when Duncan Robinson actually had a bit of stock. But we ended up deciding to pay that man. For what? Jets going to mess around and get that W against the Steelers to start the season? Well, I'd hope not. Nate the Great in the building. What's going on? What's going on? How long have I been walking now? 60, 70 minutes? How long is this? Pause. Oh, I'm 3.5 miles. Okay. 70. I'll go 4 more minutes. I'll go 4 more minutes. Barber just rubbed that brother with his forearm and said, all don't, bro. It's crazy. Could you imagine you step into a barber chair, man, give you a spit shine and say, like, you all good? KD is the greatest scorer of all time. I disagree. He's amongst the greatest scorers of all time. You got your... In this generation, I can give the nod to KD because when I think scorers, I think KD, I think Carmelo Anthony, I think Kobe, I think Jordan, I think T-Mac. All those guys, absolute different ways to score the basketball. Iverson, bunch of guys who found different ways to score the basketball. Because it's not just, because although most people would say, well, if you just look at the points, there's that, but how did you get those points? Like there's so many different ways that you see these guys be able to get baskets and buckets. He was a hell of a scorer. Well, still is, to be honest with you. Because he's incredibly difficult to guard. Like, what do you do with that? He got like, what, a 7'5" wingspan? Supposed to be 6'10" or 6'11". He really about 7 foot. Can't jump with him and all that other stuff. Oh, Michael Redd, Kevin Martin. Like, these guys were just buckets, but you can't put Brandon Roy. Some of those guys are just masterful with the basketball, but you have guys who have a full-length career just cooking people. Okay, Steve Novak, let's pump the brakes now. Oh, they got Kenny Smith with the knock knees in commercials? Jordan, his proficiency numbers are so far ahead of everyone else, it's not even a debate. I think KD's a better scorer than LeBron. Julius Irving and George Gervin, yeah, they were absolute scorers in their day. Dudes were some beasts. Lil G in the building, what's going on, family? Melo should have crossed the 30K points. Where is he at? Where is he at? Because he retired 10 all time. Where's he at in total points? Hold on, let me see. Total points scored. Melo is... Where's the... I don't know why it's not... Oh, there we go. 10. No, that's field goals. Points. 13. 28,000. He's at 28,000. Huh. Yeah, he probably should have crossed that 30. He's at 28,000. Interesting that he gets that 30. What do you know? He can unretire? Nah. That'd be foolish to do. I think if he hadn't gotten blackballed that one season and he had an opportunity to maybe go for it, who knows? But I think he would have got there if not for that suspension after the that small, miniature brawl, if you will. And then because that was during like the super prime, and then ultimately that season that he didn't play, he probably would have had an opportunity to get there. All right, that does it for the walk. Stop my watch. All right. Let me go move this walking pad out the way. LeBron, give these people a quick halftime show, sir. Give me about 2 minutes. Enough of that shit. Third quarter is upon us. Third quarter is upon us. We are back. We are back. Get off that toilet is crazy. Get off that toilet is crazy. Okay. Oh, jeez. My damn. The cushion on the seat came off. Yeah, Jaylen Brown complaining. I mean, at this point, he's going to need everything he can to keep this going. Fighting demons is crazy. Remember, the flush is out insane. You mean to tell me I was giving the bathroom
Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts.
Gotta relax. Yeah, it was taking a little longer to go down. Yeah, the desk was taking much longer to go down than I would have liked. Cushioned the seats, though I got them roids, is crazy. I just still have my cushioned seats from the current sponsorship, like 4 years ago. So I like to keep this here seat cushion. Very comfortable. All right, second half is upon us. And one. Drew Holiday with the and one. That's what you wanted to see. Right, the sponsor, the wheels fall off. I mean, shit, I tell people all the time. Some folks be getting like stuff from sponsors. They don't use them. I do. I attempted to try to utilize that old Manscaped shaver. I tried to line myself up here. It was no problem over here, but then I fucked up over here. Or I should say, it was on the right side. I fucked up over here. So I got to let it grow back in and actually go to a barber. Would I be interested if ESPN had offered me? Asked Terry. You know what's funny about that? I, for the longest time, had always said no. And then I think it was 2 years ago, because of what Pat McAfee was able to go and begin, it made me kind of sit there and say, you know what? I think I actually would be open to it, because I'm pretty good around the vocabulary. So I'd find a different way to be able. Oh my, is that a foul on Karl Towns again? Oh, this motherfucker bugging. But yeah, I would be open to it. I wouldn't have an issue with it. Now, granted, I don't think I'd be an on-air, talent like that. They might just have me like a correspondent for like a city somewhere or something like that. But I'd be open to it, believe it or not. I would. Look at what Jaylen Brown did. Josh Hart might be a YouTube short video I could do. Well, Jaylen Brown gonna need to go nuclear here in this second half. He's gonna need to go nuclear here in this second half, because under no circumstance can Boston afford to not perform well here in the second half. By the way, I'm caught up on Dark Side of the Ring, season 6. Over the course of the last 3 days, I've caught up watching videos in the gym and things of that nature. So I am caught up completely. Oh, good pass. Damn, bad pass. 2-point lead right now for the C's, but as we all know, nothing matters until the fourth quarter here, because how many times have we seen the Celtics in this series blow 20-point leads? Twice. How many fourth quarters have we seen the Knicks win? 3. Collision. Oh, they getting. Do I think the rumors are true? Truth and Cena at Saturday Night Main Event? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If the Celtics lose, who's to blame? Collectively, all of them. Collectively, all of them. Because they would have all failed at one point or another throughout the series. Like the mere fact that you have 2 20-point leads blown in the series, bro, it's all on you. Collectively, it's all on you. You know what? Let me see how. Yeah, Zach Gowen's in AEW now. Let me see how much. I should say, how many fouls this man's have right now? Because this is. How many fouls does man's have right now? Carl Towns has 2 fouls. Brunson has 2 fouls. Oh, that's OG's first foul. I'll be damned. Wait, they've only committed? Oh, they've committed 11 fouls. Am I tripping? Yeah, they committed 11 fouls. The Celtics? Oh, no. Horford's got 4 fouls already. He's probably not going to come back in for the remainder of the quarter. Since Horford is off the floor, if I'm the Knicks, Drew Holiday's got 3 fouls. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to poke my chest out and say attack Drew, but they are slim right now. Try a jumper, that's short. Do I think some of the guys will leave Boston, try to go to Houston to be with their former coach? Nah. Oh, they called a foul on Brunson? Oh, offensive foul on White. Oh, wow. How many times is motherfucking somebody gonna get hit with an elbow here tonight, bro? How many elbows are people getting hit with tonight? Yeah, there's an elbow. There's a right to the bottom of the chin. Right underneath the doggone jaw. Right to where he doesn't have facial hair. Oh, hold on. Joe Mazzulla having a bad time right now. Ugly Sam Cassell trying to calm that man down. Ted Wilson in the building. What's going on? Old school rivalry indeed. Could I see Jaylen Brown being traded to Houston and Boston accepting being mid for a year, possibly get a lottery pick to pair with Tatum? Absolutely not. You wouldn't have just paid Jaylen Brown all that bread just to go ahead and just trade him now. I think that'd be foolish.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. And use Crest Ready White toothpaste to maintain your smile. Crest. Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
What are my thoughts on the NBA draft lottery results? Rigged. Rigged. But am I surprised? No. You're old enough to remember those old roasting videos of Sam Cassell on YouTube? Yeah. Marcus said, what's crazy, Raptors win 2019, coach fired 3 years later, Nick Nurse. Lakers win 2020, 2 years later, coach fired, Frank Vogel. Bucks win 2021, coach fired 2 years later, Budenholzer. Nuggets win 2023, coach fired 2 years later, Mike Malone. Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? It's crazy, ain't it?
Gotcha, bitch.
Xander Cage 2371
Only coach
is
who
now
still has
following.
their job is Steve Kerr. Only coach that still got their job is Steve Kerr. Of the last, 6 champions? With the exception of course, Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics last year. In fact, Steve Kerr's the only coach outside of Joe Mazzulla. Before Joe Mazzulla, what is... You've got 2023 Malone, 2022 Steve Kerr, so he still has his job. Budenholzer 21, Vogel 20, Nurse 19, Kerr in 17. Tyronn Lue don't got that job no more. Pop just resigned, and then it's Spoelstra. You've got 3 coaches who are still with the teams that they won the championships with. Then of course Rick Carlisle, and now he's wearing Indiana. So you've got 3 coaches post 2010 to now. Phil Jackson, but that's it. That's insanity. Like the 10 plus years, okay, but good guy. Not if Joe Mazzulla gets fired within the next 2 years, that'd be wild, wouldn't it? It's like continue the prophecy. He's the only, also the only coach with multiple championships during his tenure. Yeah, outside of Eric Spoelstra, that's it. Post 2000, like post Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich in the 2000s, that's it. It's just Eric Spoelstra and Steve Kerr. That's it. Wow, successful challenge. No. They're flipping it. They're flipping it. No offensive foul on Derek White. They're flipping it to a shooting foul on Jalen Brunson. Oh, my. You forgot about Coach Spo. Good correction. Well, yeah, because it was so much earlier. I can understand why you would end up forgetting there, because if we were really just, because most people don't go in like a 15-year radius, they'll go by 10 years. But I figured since it's like you're already in the 2010s, might as well go to the beginning. Yo, I don't know why. I really want to go back to Vegas, bro. I kid you not. I don't know why. It's been heavy on my mind. I really want to go back to Vegas. It's weird as hell. If the Knicks win the finals, be careful out there. Shit, I'm going to be outside, wilding at the parade like everybody else. I'm not going to claim to be no Knicks fan, but I'm out here for the festivities. Gamble away my life savings is crazy. Do I think Van Gundy would be perfect in this generation? I think there would be a desire for his brand of coaching, but I don't think he would last, because if you don't see immediate success from a team perspective, you're out of here. Like in today's day and age, you're as a coach, there's no real trust the process. If you can't give me immediate results, you're done. You're legitimately done. Because let's just say if Van Gundy comes in, you go from a team that's missing the postseason, or you're constantly in the play-in like a Chicago or an Atlanta, right? Now you find yourself in a conference semis. Then you go to a conference final. Then you're probably again in the conference semis or the conference final. It seems as if you have an upside that's there, so maybe the organization might stick with you. Let you have 3 years coming short of the postseason, you out of there. You out of there. Oh, they called another foul on Cat. That's it, bro. That's his fourth foul. They got to sit him down. That's 4 on Cat now. It's over, bro. Come on, Cat. What the fuck is you doing? Do I think D'Antoni would have had more success in today's game? Yes. 7 seconds or less offense would have cooked in today's day and age, because there's legitimately no defense. So now it's just a matter of who has the best conditioning. He'd probably have his team averaging 140 points. Well, 140 is steep. 130 points per game. Yeah, Tibbs don't sit nobody. He going to run that 8-man rotation to the ground. He going to run that 8-man rotation to the ground. He is not playing no games. You know what's wild to me? I legit did not know P.J. Tucker was on the Knicks. P.J. Tucker being on the Knicks, I don't give a fuck if he's 40, right? Because I believe P.J. Tucker should be 40 at this point, right? Shit, he just turned 40 last week. That's hilarious. Okay, well, 2 weeks ago. But P.J. Tucker being on that team, they should give that man some minutes. If you need somebody just to go out there, play some hard defense, and maybe eat some fouls, P.J. Tucker's your man. Suns team was ahead of its time, indeed. Mashi said, it's so weird to you that the only coaches who can really keep their jobs are the dynasty coaches like Steve Kerr. Not everybody going to find their way into a multi-championship team. That's correct. Because in sports, it's always a what have you done for me lately kind of situation. And what really sucks about it is when you're on a franchise that demands, immediate results, but doesn't have a history of having those results. You kind of just sitting there like, yo, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to turn this franchise around to somewhere it's never been, and you're not giving me the time to do so. But it's the nature of the game. You knew Tucker was on the Knicks when he brought a Brinks truck to the arena for his for all of his sneakers. Oh my. We're in the win now era of sports. Yeah. And the fans don't make it any easier either. Because the moment that somebody has like a bad game or has a bad quarter or whatever the case is, it's always a fire kind of situation.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix and mix. Safelight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your
The fickle mindset of win now instead of long-term, bigger picture or plan. Yeah, because I understand the thought process behind obviously needing to see results, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're in mediocrity for all intents and purposes. But there has to be a level of patience as well, because if you know your team can't compete, why are you sitting around here expecting immediate results? You wouldn't even select your favorite team to play on 2K or a video game without customizing it. Now you expect a coach to just come in and take these players who you constantly say trade or fire or whatever the case may be and be able to lead them to prosperity? That's crazy. Am I surprised that the Cavs lost to the Pacers? Yes. Because before the series, I had said I don't think the Pacers have the depth to beat Cleveland. Darius Garland sits out for the first couple of games. Cleveland absolutely folds in the fourth quarter in both game 1 and 2. All of a sudden, now you have to play catch up. You win in game 3. You fold again in game 4, and that was pretty much it. Donovan Mitchell got hurt and had to pretty much limp his way out there to try to see if he could continue to move forward, but nobody showed up, bro. The lights was too bright for them boys. Did the same thing to Avery Johnson building the Mavs a couple years later, won the chip. Yo, bro, they did that man so fucking dirty. Yeah, Mark Jackson built that fucking Twin Towers offense for the goddamn for the Warriors and the Splash Brothers. I'm not gonna discredit, Steve Kerr's influence and what it is that he done did, but Mark Jackson was the fucking nucleus of what he built there. But of course, they did son dirty. How would 06 Pat Riley do in the 2020s if he's coaching? To be honest with you, I don't think anything would change in Miami. I think Eric Spoelstra coaches in the same kind of cadence that Pat Riley does. The only difference would be just those double-digit second half blown leads. That probably gets cut in half. I just don't see that happening as often. But the same style of coaching, Spoelstra has that to a degree. I just think it's a matter of, but I can't even say acquiring talent because it's Pat Riley who's the GM. So you're the one who's getting people to go and show up here, whatever the case may be. But that's a bad shot right there from Brunson. They got Russell Wilson showing the Giants schedule. Well, there it is. Oh, that's terrible. Free throws right there. Yo, Derek White got to be closing in on 30 points at this point. Derek White got to be closing in on 30 right now. Yeah, he's got 29. Derek White got 29. Jaylen Brown got 21. 50 points between the two of them, and you don't have Jason Tatum due to the torn Achilles. So you need this kind of performance from these brothers. 10-point lead. Did the Steelers finally figure out who's playing QB? No. What a game Derek White is having, bro. 7 made threes. This motherfucker shooting out of his mind. 30 points. 30 piece for this man. Yeah, New York gonna have to go ahead and call timeout, bro. These motherfuckers is in trouble right now. These motherfuckers is in trouble right now. They getting outscored by 13 in the quarter. They in trouble right now. They got to figure it out. You want to go back to New York or you want to end this sumbitch right now? They're playing out of their mind right now. Repeat Fender of verbal assault said, I look like I clogged people's toilets. Oh, that's wild. Some think I'm EDP, dropping Keurigs inside people's bathrooms. Yeah, the Celtics in complete control right now. The Celtics in complete control right now. Double-digit lead midway through the third quarter, playing a magnificent game right now. Playing a magnificent game right now. Let me try to go see if I can utilize Max on the television here, see if this works. Knicks in 5, they're going to need to have a fourth quarter in order to go and pull that off, or maybe close out the third very strong, because right now it's a bad third quarter for them boys. Who do I think is loved more in Miami, Haslam or Wade? Wade. Haslam is loved in Miami, but Wade is the star. So no matter how much you can love Adonis, Wade is the star. It's like Collison and Russell Westbrook. You love Collison, but Westbrook was the star. All right, son. So search obviously is not working here. So let me go to just apps. Tebow coming out of retirement to play for the Steelers. You know damn well that ain't happening. Sometimes you be thinking D Rose is more loved in Chicago than MJ. Well, D Rose is a bit more recent, but still, this current generation, they're kind of far away from what MJ was, so you don't have an opportunity to really feel it. I think if MJ had ended his career in the 2000s, there'd be a higher level of appreciation and people wouldn't sit around trying to discredit him. Because I find it very odd. Like, you could be so pro LeBron or whatever the case may be, but you ain't got to sit around and try to be anti-MJ. I just think it's an odd conversation that ends up happening because people make it seem as if somebody is trash. And I'm like, there's no way you're going to sit over here and make it seem as if MJ's trash. I can't let you do that. Oh, it's a 14-point lead now. Oh, this is the largest lead of the game. This is the largest lead of the game. They better get that statue of Wade redone. Apparently, he had approved on it. 16-3 run in the last 4.5 minutes to close out this quarter. Oh, my. Oh, my. And White News dangerous, bro. The power of White in Boston. You're praying that MJ on NBC shows love to the modern game, tired of these old stars just shitting on it? D Rose, a Chicago kid. There's also that. Well, yeah. Repeat said, you got bubble guts. Why we need to know? Homie said he got a bubbling stomach. We don't need to know this. You could have kept that information to yourself. The Knicks just love being double digits, down double digits in the third. Yeah, it seems to be a common staple at this point. They got a fetish for it. They got a fetish for it. All right, here we go. Back from this here commercial break. Let's see what they can pull out their ass here. Trailing by 14, 84-70. Wow, the Celtics have led by 14 plus in every single game of this series. That's hilarious. Oh, White he's trying to hit all kinds of deep threes. Bro, you should have just fucking passed that inside. 14-point lead in every single game of this series? Oh, my. This reminds me of when Miami played against Boston in the conference finals a couple years ago. There you go. Get yourself a jumper right now. Am I going to be live for the Warriors game? Nah. But Pro Truth said you don't blame the old heads. Guys today are so disrespectful for the old generation. Like, you're sorry, but Joe Dumars was busting y'all ass today, bro. Yeah, you know, I think it's on two different sides. I think there's the old heads that feel as if they shouldn't be overlooked because for all intents and purposes, they're forgotten, per se. And then for the young heads, I do believe there is a level of disrespect because you kind of disregard what the people who came before you had to do in order to push the game forward for all intents and purposes. Because call it what it is, from the past generations, unless you were the super all-time great, you were relatively forgotten. So you got a lot of people who were, I guess, decent basketball players in their time, unable to have their name in circulation in these conversations, now having to essentially say shock, things in order to get their names out there into the post and videos or whatever the case may be. Oh, Hauser reaching at his ankle. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hauser was reaching at his ankle just now. Dwight Howard is built like a hood lesbian auntie. Yeah, he kind of does look like a stud. Jaylen Brown just came back into this game. Mark Jackson Batuan said, did I see primetime games that just dropped? Nope. I didn't see a goddamn thing. Just saying that 20, 30 years from now, you ain't going to let the world forget Kobe White. I forget Kobe White is crazy. Remember what I said. 30 years from now? Actually, no, 20 years from now, really. Watch how they talk about Kobe. I said it 3 years ago. I'm going to echo it again. 20 years from now, watch how they talk about Kobe. Y'all going to sit around and be like, ain't no way. We going to be the old heads. Because they're going to say, yo, who missed the most field goals? All this other stuff, rode on Shaq's coattails. Not as great as they think he is. He copied somebody's whole flow. Watch what happens. Soon enough, they might start disrespecting Braun as well. Yam Burglar came a member. I appreciate you. All the years, old heads talking about the game sucks now. LeBron sucks. Yeah, it feels as if that's what the natural flow of things ends up becoming. Is that the Barstool president? Yes, it is. When is the Luke Longley statue being built in the Windy City? You got to stop with this Luke Longley business. Jalen Brunson got 4 fouls too? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Darian Patuan said they say that I got Kobe now. Yeah. No, they say it about now, but you still have the people who can go and refute it. Give it 20 some years where those of us who had watched the entirety of his career now have 30 some years separated from when it was concluded. When it was concluded, watch what ends up happening. People gonna be thinking you talk about George Mikan, son. Yeah, Burglar said, been a member. What's good, bro, Ham? Yeah, man. I appreciate you. 29 months. That's love. Steelers got an easy schedule? Nah. Tim Duncan about to be disrespected bad. He don't get brought up in conversations, but soon enough, people won't even really know about Son. Most of the time, it's just ignorant children that don't understand things came before their existence. And you know what sucks about that? Ignorant children at first, and they grow to be ignorant adults. Hey, Jalen Brunson and Karl Towns cannot afford to get any sort of fouls called on them. Jalen Brunson just taking bad shots, bro. Jalen Brunson taking bad shots. That got to be like 20 shot attempts he's had today. He's 7 of 17. He's 7 of 17. Josh Hart is leading them in scoring right now. Jalen Brunson has only shot 1 free throw? That's insane. Tragic Brunson, I should say. He's only taking... OG is 1 of 10. Karl Towns is 2 of 7, and half of his points came from the free throw line. Oh, the Knicks are having to be a merchant here tonight. The Celtics have shot 28 free throws already? Shut the front door. What? Is that 28 or 26? That's 26 free throws? Wait, the Knicks have shot 23? These motherfuckers can't keep their hands to themselves. God damn. What's wrong with them? Oh! Yeah, the Knicks in trouble. 15-point lead. Fifth foul on Jalen Brunson. Bro, they in trouble. Knicks in trouble. Big time. Knicks in trouble. Big time. They out there like, that's 6 blocks for Cornette. Jesus Christ. That man is having a game here tonight. What a game by the Big Whites. The Big Whites having a game. Cornette might have a triple-double with blocks, rebounds, and points, bro. Good God. Homie is balling. Homie is balling. Homie is balling. Cornette playing out of his mind. The Knicks haven't scored a basket in like 4 minutes. Hold on, wait a minute. What was the last Knick point? Free throws with 3? Yeah, they haven't scored in 2 minutes. Well, actually, no, it was just free throws. When was their last made basket? Free throw. 3 minutes, they haven't scored a basket. Golly, Jameis in the building. What's going on? They got 1 second here. What are you going to do with the basketball? Go ahead and do something. There's a pass. Pritchard got to put it up. Brick. Your GOAT is a three-headed GOAT. Basketball team game. The other three GOATs had great teams. Refs working hard for the Celtics to win. I wouldn't say that's the refs. But Knicks haven't played a very good game. They're shooting terrible. Oh, and one. Oh, no. Offensive foul on OG. It don't even matter. You thought you had an and one? Not today. You thought you had an and one? Not today. Oh, wow. They can't score, bro. The Knicks cannot score. If it wasn't for the free throw line, this is not even close. Golly. These motherfuckers are shooting 35% from the floor. They're shooting 35% from the floor. In fact, they're shooting better from three than they are shooting from two. That's insane. That's insane. At this point, they might as well just start raining threes, bro. How you 35% from the floor, but you're 43% from three? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Pro Truth said you watch Kobe quit in the Game 7 versus the Suns while blowing a 3-1 lead. You watch Kobe get his name changed to Andy Duffman because Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince put him in a Shawshank. You can keep going. Oh, Lord. That's the end of the third quarter. 15-point lead. 15-point lead for the C's. Boston got the chance to do the funniest shit. Yeah, they've blown 3 14-plus leads in this series. These final 12 minutes is about to be very, very, very interesting. What was that? That's the end of the quarter. Them boys in trouble. Them boys in trouble. Them boys is in trouble right now. I can't believe Derek White went off for 32, and we still got a whole other quarter. Derek White, Jaylen Brown combined for 54. Them boys is fucking cooking. Cornette has 6 blocks, bro. 6 blocks. 8, 6, and 6. Oh, pardon me. 8, 8, and 6. Homie is having a game. If the Celtics blow another lead, who's to blame? The entire city of Boston. The entire city of Boston. These motherfuckers blow yet another lead. This might be as bad as the Boston bombing. Why did I say that? It's not as bad as that. It's not. See, I can't. See, just earlier, y'all asked if ESPN gave me an offer, would I have taken it? See, this is why I can't be on national television. What the fuck? Why did my mind go there? Golly. Why did I say that? I need a drink. Good God. See, I can't help myself, bro. You would have thought I had Tourette's. Win or lose, is Manhattan safe? Nope. Dude's probably right outside of Madison Square Garden right now watching this game. Joseph said it was an easy joke to make, but damn, son. Like, bro, it's like my mind will go somewhere and then it'll just immediately, it'll come out before I can even really process what's being done. Mark Wahlberg wants to talk to me. Oh my. That's what makes you unique. Well, why thank you. Yo, I saw a couple of people didn't like the fact that I applied to Streamer University. I said, oh, wow, really? Shit, what do you know? I guess a lot of people don't like Kai Cenat. It's an acquired taste, I guess, for his content, but. GOAT, spelled wrong, GOTE, greatest of their era, should be the call, because most of the argument is about players who barely play against each other or come in, come out before one another. Well, yeah, you're absolutely correct. It should be greatest of each era. And in fact, Jordan had actually mentioned that back in the 90s as well. And I agree with you. But I blame Jerry Rice, because Jerry Rice, I believe, was the one who coined the phrase GOAT. And people just took it and ran with it. All right. All right, let's see here. Damn, already? Quarter just started. Motherfuckers already up by 18. Golly. So now, keep in mind, Jalen Brunson got 5 fouls. Karl Towns got 4 fouls. These motherfuckers cannot afford to go and record any sort of fouls whatsoever. Whatever happened to the car that didn't work, I made the bus fare video with. That video is hilarious. Voodoo coming to a hood near you. Whatever happened to that car? Oh, I got in an accident. I totaled it. Yeah, it was like 2018. I almost died. But yeah. That joint's finished. That joint's finished. It was March 16th, Steve Austin Day. March 16th, 2018. I was going to the the WWE live event was later that evening. I was coming back to the crib. I was 2 minutes away from my house, and car accident. I think if you search Chiseled Adonis car accident, they probably got it over there in YouTube. It should still be, the video should still be up. I know it's not in the algorithm, but it's probably still up. Spooky but 5 said, did I see that they put the Super Bowl rematch on week 2, not even on a primetime slot? Also, can we get a live breakdown for the Steelers' schedule? I guess I could look at the schedule because I haven't seen anything. So maybe a live breakdown? I don't know if I'll do all that, because I don't want to have like the banner and everything in the background. But maybe I'll make that video tomorrow. React to the schedule. Horford shooting threes. It's over. Yeah, bro. This is clipped. They're going back to New York for Game 6. They're going back to Game 6 for this game, because there ain't no way. Most fourth quarter games through 10 playoff, more fourth quarter points through 10 playoff games. Wow. Jalen Brunson passed Kobe Bryant in 2001 and 2003. How funny is that? We was legit just talking about Kobe, and Jalen Brunson just passed Kobe for the most fourth quarter points through 10 playoff series games. What are the chances? Let me take a screenshot of the statistic. What are the chances? We were just sitting here talking about Kobe too. Matt put 2 on and said, FYI, Nina Harley was in the movie Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights. Wait, ain't that the same harlot that y'all had brought up last time? Oh, wow. I can't even screenshot it because it's on the fucking... Damn, they just left that as a black screen. It don't even matter. Well, there it is. Can't say I didn't try. Can't say I didn't try. Oh, that's funny. I went to go screenshot it. Apparently, it didn't even... I should have just took a photo of it. We have a few fun matchups. Don't want to spoil it for me? Okay. I already know who they playing. It's just a matter of when they playing. They always release who your opponents will be way in advance. All right, 22-point deficit right now. Oh, Jalen Brunson to the ground. Another foul on Horford. Another foul on Balding Horford. That man gonna need that restore hair. That's 5 fouls on Horford now, but it's a 22-point lead. It's a 22-point lead with a little under 10 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Obviously, they know they have to put them away if they want to be able to win this game. But it's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. NY about to be a zoo if they win the series there. Bro, it's going to be crazy. And when would that game be? Friday? Most likely. If it was Saturday, that'd be great, but it's most likely going to end up being that Friday, I think. Who that for life, Chris, 5 on said no NY. And now no NY, no. Like Spider-Man said, all we need is one game at a time. Go C's or choke on D's. Salvage said you're a Boston fan, but you got the Pacers going all the way. That's interesting. We shall see. Like Spider Cuss said, fuck Boston. Fuck NY, fuck the Bronx, fuck metropolitan area. Shit. Yeah, right now it's to be honest with you, I really don't see New York losing this game. Or I should say winning this game. They're not coming back. Like everything is all bad for them right now. Jalen Brunson, who needs to play that physical style, bro, this man got 5 fucking fouls. He's got 16 points. He's 7 of 17. He would legit have to go perfect the remainder of the way for them to win this game. They're 33% from the floor. They cannot score. Let me read off some percentages for you right now. Karl-Anthony Towns has only taken 7 shots because he's constantly been off the floor due to fouls, right? He's got 4 fouls right now. He's got 10 points. He's 2 of 7. Josh Hart is leading the way in scoring right now for New York, right, with 21 points. OG is 1 of 11. He's 1 of 11. Bridges is 4 of 13. Nobody is shooting over 50% individually. Nobody. Literally every single one of them has missed more shots than they've made. Every single one of them. It's bad. It's bad across the board. Oh, they called the foul on Al Horford. He didn't even touch him. Horford didn't even touch him. Who that for life, Chris? But 5-1 said most of all, fuck the Yankees. Just act Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. You can't win in Knicks colors. Oh my. Also, big shout out to Nate Robinson. He got that kidney transplant. More bricks than the Great Wall of China. Yeah, like legit, the only way the Celtics lose this game is they would have to not score at all, and New York would have to legit shoot completely lights out. They would have to cut the deficit down to like 4 within the next 4 minutes. Wow. Quick foul they done called on Drew Holiday. That's what, 4 on Holiday now? That's 4 on Holiday now? 2 quick free throws right here coming. That's 4 on Holiday now. That was quick. What if New York blows a 3-1? If they lose game 6, oh my. It's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. Oh, yeah, this game done. Yeah, it's clipped now. You can't convince me they making a comeback here. You can't convince me they making a comeback here. Oh, man. Death Note. Oh, I don't know about all that now. Not no Death Note just yet. Did I see Stephen A. getting murked on Law and Order episode? Got stabbed in the neck while jogging. Yeah, I saw the clip where he was just laying there on the ground. I guess he tried to get somebody to give up their entourage and got lined for it. Oh, another foul they call? Yeah, the referee's trying to call as many fouls as they possibly can, but it don't even fucking matter, bro. There's no way that the Knicks is coming back. They don't have enough time. They don't have enough time. Like, it would literally take an act of God for these boys to make a comeback here. I have no faith it's going to happen. Is Jaylen Brown a top 20 NBA player currently? Top 20? Yeah. Off the top of my head, I'd say yeah. Is there 20 players in the NBA right now better than Jaylen Brown? Yeah, he's a top 20 player. He's a top 20 player. He's a top 20 player. Yeah, he's a top 20 player. Under 8 minutes left to go here. They need a basket. McBride's 3, way short. I think he got tipped. Homie thought he could get a 3 right there. Wasn't happening. Oh, Jaylen should have took that 3. Guess he didn't need to. Good pass. Drew Holiday with the finish. 23-point lead. 7:36 left to go. Hell of a damn play right there. Good pass by Jaylen Brown. Every sports player, commentator, and analyst are acting on TV and movies in the same way. Do Boston play better without Tatum? We're going to find out, because this game isn't enough of a barometer to tell, because you could just play very high because your back is up against the wall and you got the adrenaline of being able to play at home, but then you go on the road and you get exposed. Because legitimately, you couldn't ask New York to play a worse game than they did today. Would I start a team with Halliburton or Morant? Well, the totality of everything, to answer the question, I would start a team with Halliburton because he's more available. That's 1. 2, you don't have the off-the-court problems. That's 2. Those 2 right there, just hindsight being 2020, I'd probably end up going with Halliburton. But who's the better player between the 2? I think John Morant's a better player. I think both those players, completely healthy and everything, John Morant's the better player. But Halabussy is crazy. Halabussy is crazy. You need to relax. Yam Burglar, you need to Halabussy, insanity. But in its totality, Halliburton. But because of and that's including like the off the court stuff and everything of that nature. But if it was a situation where you're not taking that into account and it's just, you know, ball on the court, I'd probably go with Morant. Hallie is balling right now. Yeah, Halliburton's balling right now. Can't take nothing away from him. He is certainly balling right now. £1,000-pound sisters. What the fuck is that? 1,000-pound sisters. What is this advertisement? What do you mean 1,000-pound sisters? What do you mean 1,000-pound sisters? Hallie loves them snow bunnies. Indeed he does. Sisters that are 1,000 pounds. That's insanity. 4 virgins. 1 goal. What are these TLC shows? How you a divorced virgin? What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at right now? They both over 650 each? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Poly family. Yeah, I'm going to stop looking at these TLC commercials. I'm going to stop looking at these TLC commercials because that's crazy. Okay. Here we go. 7:35 left to go here in this game. 7:35 left to go here in this game.
14 grams of
Hacho for 5 said, Wolves better take care of business unlike the Knicks because Steph going to come back on Sunday. $20 points. Brunson puts in both those free throws now, but they running low on time. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left, down by 21. Did I see the Steelers schedule? No, I have not. Diarrhea for a week for sure. Shit. All right. Let's see if they can pull off an improbable comeback. If the Knicks can push this to 93 without giving up a basket, they can make something interesting. Damn, Tatum had surgery already? Wow, foul on Pritchard, okay. Nope, that's a foul on Brunson. Oh, that's it. That's it. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. Yeah, Brunson with the foul. Yup, Brunson, dumb as hell, bro. What were you reaching for? Brunson, dumb as hell. What are you reaching in for? You got 5 fouls. Why would you reach? Why would you reach? Why would you reach? Why would you reach? You dumb as hell. Why would you reach? You dumb as hell. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. Why are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you ever reach, bro? Dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Why would you reach? Why would you reach? Game is done. No Jalen Brunson. There's no way they're making a comeback. Why the hell would you reach? Hey, accelerate the clock. It's over, bro. Get these dudes on the L train. It's over, bro. One quick look at Knicks fans. What are you doing? What are you doing? They talking about going and reviewing it for what, bro? There's no way. What are you gonna do? Reverse this? There's no way. You're done, bro. You're done. Why would you reach? That's the dumbest thing you could have done.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. You washed.
You're done, bro. You're done. You got 5 fouls and you over here reaching. For what reason? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. No elimination tonight for New York. No elimination tonight for New York. Facts. That is worthy indeed of an alligator. Yup, they're not going. They ain't reversing anything. Jalen Brunson's done. Jalen Brunson's done, and now Boston gonna start running away. Now 7 minutes left to go in this game. It's over, bro. New York don't even need to go call no timeouts right now. Empty the bench, bro. Empty the bench. I don't know why they still got some starters in the game right now. Go ahead and empty the bench. Oh my God, another fucking block. That's block number 7 for Cornette. That's block number 7 for Cornette. This motherfucker is balling, bro. This motherfucker is balling. That's block number 7 for Cornette. Oh my God, bro. This man's got 8, 9, and 7. Homie got a near triple double with blocks, bro. Cornette blocking everybody. White boy challenge. Man's going crazy. Man is going crazy. The Celtics got 11 blocks tonight. Watch Karl-Anthony Towns get fouled out. Oh, another basket. It's over, bro. Pack these boys up. Pack these boys up. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Pack them up, bro. Send them back to the Garden. And we ain't talking about the TD Garden. Pack these boys up. It's over. Give that man one more rebound. Let him get a double-double. Let Cornette get a double-double. Let Cornette get a double-double. And Jaylen Brown is 2 rebounds, 1 assist away from a triple-double. Oh, he got that other assist. He got that other assist.
Then you sell it.
He got that other assist. David Patu said necrophilia challenge is underway. Ain't that the truth? Because the Knicks may be dead, but somehow they're still getting fucked. It's over, bro. Pack these boys up. Send them the fuck back home.
You lack discipline.
You lack discipline. Oh, my God. The Celtics said, you trying to get fucked in the ass or in the mouth? And the Knicks said,
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both.
Both?
Both.
they gonna need a... They getting worked right here tonight. They getting worked here to put Charlie Ward in is crazy. Put Charlie Ward in is crazy. But yeah, the Knicks got absolutely destroyed here tonight, bro. They got absolutely destroyed here tonight. There was nothing the Celtics did wrong tonight. They did absolutely nothing wrong tonight. They cooked them in every facet of the game. Dwight Howard type shit. That was a little wild. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a little wild. Is Kurt Thomas on the bench is crazy. First off, I think you meant Tim Thomas. But then again, no, I think there was a Kurt Thomas as well. I'm tripping. Tim Thomas was in Phoenix. Kurt Thomas was in New York. Or was it the same Tim Thomas? I don't know. It escapes me. Whatever the case may be. The Knicks is done. Just go ahead, accelerate this clock, and let's go home. Tim Thomas was in New York. Yeah, I knew I wasn't wild. I remember he had a game winner where he had like the ball bounced off the back of the rim, went all the way up, then came down and won the game. I might have a video for that. Justin Pateno said the Knicks looking like the alligator here tonight. Game 6 coming. Go Celtics. Luck. Hey, we shall see. We shall see how things go and play out. Wait, put Spreewell in the game is crazy. He gonna immediately try to get fucking choke slam Thibodeau. It's gonna be a bad situation. Put Bernard King in. Oh my. Yeah, White's got 32 points. Cornette's got 7 blocks. Jaylen Brown, 26, 10, and 8. 17 from Peyton Pritchard, by the way. He definitely won the whiteboard challenge. 17 points off the bench from Pritchard. Insane. Put Stephen A. or Spike Lee in? Nah. New York might fold. Can we just simulate the series and end this painful rug pull? Well, yeah, they did not play a very good game here tonight. They played a terrible game here tonight across the board.
14 grams of crap.
This man got a bug on his back? Yo, look at OG's back. He got a bug on his back? Hold on, am I tripping? Does OG have a bug on his back while he's shooting the free throw? Hold on, I might have to use my phone because I can't record. I think this motherfucker got a bug on his back. Hold on. Wait a minute. I know I'm not tripping. Does this man have a bug on his back? What is that? What's on his back? Is that a bug? Nah, they gotta get a close-up. I think son got a fly on his back. They got roaches in the TD Garden? Is there roaches in the TD Garden? What is that? By the way, speaking of bugs, did y'all see there was a roach on Spirit Airlines? Who that for life, Chris Patun said, whoever picked NY to end it tonight, confess their sins. Did y'all see that? Oh, man. Motherfuckers got roaches on Spirit Airlines. American version of Ratatouille. Josh Hart got his shit split for no reason tonight. Yeah, he got caught with that elbow. Yeah, they emptying the bench now. Allen Houston about to come in. What a performance. Able to go and close this sumbitch out. Steve Novak in. Are we shocked that it was on Spirit? Hey. Is that Nat back from the death? No, I promise you it's not. Let me see that Nat. It's getting murked again. I'll tell you that right now. I'll bring it back from the dead just to kill it again. Oh, fuck, is that Calvin Cambridge? Who the fuck is that with the braids? Who's this bald man? How did they let him in the NBA? Is he a Make-A-Wish kid? Who's that guy? Yo, every time they empty out the bench, I'd be kind of curious about some of these folks who be in the league, bro. Who is this man? The hell? I could have swore I saw this motherfucker in the bodega. Who's shooting the free throws right now? This man ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese before me this morning. How the fuck is he playing against Boston? The hell? That Charlie Villanueva? I thought that motherfucker retired 15 years ago. Look like a dude I couldn't grow hair with. What the hell is this? Wait, that's really Charlie Villanueva's son? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, yeah, I see Walsh. We're Walsh's son back. Yeah, there ain't no way. Son moved kind of weird, though. Hold on, wait, what's his story? I don't want to laugh at son. What's son's story? What's son's story? Why he move like that? Well, he kind of do look like Charlie Villanueva, so I'm not going to hold you. You look exactly like Charlie Villanueva. It's... Yo, there's no way he's not. Bro, This is Charlie Villanueva. This is legitimately Charlie Villanueva. This is... Yeah, son, mother got to answer some questions, bro. Son, mother got to answer some questions, bro. Son, mom got to answer some questions. You can't... He related to Josh Dobbs? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something about having alopecia or something of that nature where their hair ain't growing. I guess because him, Josh Dobbs, Charlie Villanueva, they all walk into a bar and so one of them open a tab. I promise you all three of them paying by the end of the night, son. Bartender wouldn't be able to tell the difference. You can't fool me. I'm going to stop looking at the photo because the longer I look at it, the more they start to keep looking alike. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's the end of the game. 127-102. Boston holds it down and prevents the elimination here tonight. Good on Boston, able to avoid themselves getting put in the death note here tonight. They were able to hold on and prevent the elimination. So congratulations to Boston being able to go and hold on as they told the New York Knicks to take out their Metro card and get aboard the L train.
It's over. You lose.
Ah, you thought that was coming at the end.
You lose.
I said,
You lose.
thought you was going to win a gentleman's sweep.
Failure.
Give them their dinner.
Fresh hot ales. 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 Fresh hot ales.
It's over. You lose. 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 It's over. You lose.
Pack them boys up. Took a huge L here tonight. Cheers to the Celtics, able to put on a grandiose performance to walk away with a W in Game 5. So with that being said, cheers to you. Congratulations on the W. And they took care of business. They took care of business. Yeah, don't get into Springfield. Yeah, congratulations to the Boston fans. Cheers to the Boston fans. They got themselves a W, able to force a Game 6. Now, will they hold on and win in New York come this Friday? Because Game 6 would be Game 6 would be on Friday. Yep, on Friday. Damn, during Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday would end up being if Denver OKC and then Minnesota Golden State, if they're able to force a Game 6. No, that's Sunday. There's no game on Saturday. That'd be Sunday. Interesting. Why would Game 6 be all the way on Sunday if Golden State were to force a Game 6 today? They would essentially get 3 days off? Wow. Yeah, because when I said Steph Curry would be available that's interesting. Whoa, tickets as low as $621 for the So OKC and Denver, the lowest ticket is $58. And that's that's tomorrow. But the lowest ticket for Game 6 in New York is $621? Go fuck yourself. There's no way. There's no way. That's insane. What are we doing? The best series in the playoffs thus far between OKC and Denver, $59 is the lowest ticket. But for Boston and New York, it's $621. Fuckers is greedy. No, if it's the lowest ticket, that's a nosebleed. Because it's Vivid Seats that has it, but that is a... Yo, what? Nah, y'all gonna have to go to Game Time. That's insane. Bro, they have the tickets in the rafters talking about $1,000. Are you guys insane? What? What? Yeah, I'm good, bro. Y'all are wild. They on crack. They on all kinds of drugs, bro. What do you see these ticket prices?
Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, you love please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, you love please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, you love please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, legitimately.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Because who the fuck is paying that much bread, bro? I couldn't even find a $600 ticket. I couldn't even find it. Insanity. That's crazy. Well, nonetheless, Warriors in Minnesota beginning momentarily. Will I be live for it? Absolutely not. I have to put a number of different things away up in here, so there won't be that. But tomorrow being Thursday, I will be live for Denver and Oklahoma City. Really looking forward to that game, the best game in the second round thus far. So hopefully, Golden State can go and get that W to extend the series. But if they don't get that W, they're going home, and Minnesota is back to the conference finals. So we'll find out who will come out on top in approximately 2.5 hours. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow evening. Y'all have yourselves a good night. Eddie, take us out.
Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.